Bro, have you noticed how many of a certain group of people tend to own everything, right? Like, I'm not going to say who it is. You guys can be smart and figure this out. But, I mean, they own a lot of the CIA, BlackRock, a lot of the media, a lot of the adult entertainment industry. It's all owned by the same people. And, there was a time where I used to think that Trump was not owned by these people and was not beholden to them, but makes you wonder, because where'd the Epstein list go, right? Is he on it? Maybe so. Probably so. I hope not, but probably so. What are we going to do, man? I mean, inflation is going crazy and might be on the brink of another war. Dude. Also, like, this Nick Fuentes guy, right? I don't know if you guys have seen him, but he's got some pretty interesting takes. I definitely don't agree with everything he says, but definitely he's got some interesting takes. And, I used to be a big fan of Candace Owens, but stuff that's come out with her recently, I mean, she's kind of a snob, and same with Tucker Carlson. I mean, they only really started caring about Israel because it was popular, right? I mean, that's something that Nick said that I kind of agree with. What? Or, hang on, wait a minute. What if you care about your life? So what? Stop. Just stop it, bro. Stop. Stop. Your bench press hasn't gone up in 9 months. Your bank account is the same. You're still single. You're not, what are you doing? What are you doing? I understand that the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket. It's been that way, okay? It's been that way. I understand that you were right about XYZ conspiracy and that now it's coming to light. But those of us who really knew have been paying attention to this stuff for a long time. Good. What did that do for you? Or could it be that your life is just not that interesting compared to getting swept up into this system that feeds off of your emotionally attached attention? Okay? Some things are good to know. I'm not going to make a comment on anything I just said as far as its validity or not. That's not the point. Some of those things are good to know. In the same way that it's good to know that a stop sign is in the road, or that the light is red instead of green. They're important, and you need to act accordingly if you want to live, if you want to thrive, not get a ticket, etc. But you need to notice them and then act accordingly and then move on. Sometimes you notice it and it's not in your lane, and so you don't need to act. You're just aware of it. Sometimes it is in your lane and you need to do something. And then what do? You act and you move on. There's not this emotional entanglement. See, because this system that you're plugged into, this matrix that you're plugged into, it doesn't give you anything, but it takes a lot from you. Your life, your masculine drive, your masculine nature, your capacity for obsession is being blown away and wasted away, being fed to this machine whose only interest is to suck up your emotionally charged attention, your emotionally attached attention. That's the currency that all this trades in. Because now, it's not like you have to pay for a lot of these things, although some of them you do. You're paying with your eyeballs. You're paying by putting your eyeballs on these sponsorships, on these advertisements. You may think to yourself, oh, but Luke, I don't pay for OF. I've never paid for OF in my life. Yeah, but you've got on the hub and you've watched the ads. And maybe you skip them, but your eyeballs are still contributing to the cha-ching, the profits that are made. By the way, made by those people who control everything that you're supposed to be aware of and awake to. You're playing into their system. Congrats on you for being right about the conspiracy. How has that helped you? See, as a man, they want you comfortable and complacent. Just like in the movie, The Matrix. They want these people obsessed with a version of reality that is not supporting them, but it's keeping them engaged, it's keeping them alive. And there's this sick feeding that happens from it. That's what this system wants from you too. And I get it. It's easy to engage with it if your life feels boring in comparison. The reason why I don't emotionally engage with it is because I love the life I live. I'm on fire for what I'm doing. And that's not because I'm some special person, somebody with some kind of a special calling from God. That's not it. You can do this too. It just takes an emotional detachment from the whirlwind of chaos that wants to suck you in through your phone screen, through your laptop screen, through your podcast that you listen to. Those things only exist and perpetuate themselves because they are fed by your emotionally charged attention. Imagine what you would be capable of if you could, instead of letting your emotionally charged attention be sucked away into these things that, let's be real, don't change how much money is in your bank. Right? Yeah, there's a Steinenberg in charge of BlackRock. Great. You figured it out, boss. How is your investment portfolio? How is your budget? How are your finances? Do you want to blame everything on other people? Maybe you do, because maybe that's the only way you can fall asleep at night knowing that you're a shadow of who you could be, is because you can blame everybody else and focus on everything else. It's just like girls that get together and gossip. They're backbiting and talking about all these other things, anything but taking ownership and responsibility, right? Men do it too. We do it too. Maybe not in that gossipy way, but we're going to sit and solve all the world's problems and figure out all the conspiracies and who's on this list, and oh, we support them now, but then this came out and so we hate them, and oh, they were actually a Jew the whole time. Or dude, unplug for 3 weeks and sit in the silence. Your demons will come out and they'll talk to you. And you can figure out, oh, the reason that I've been sucked into this matrix of this whirlwind of chaos and media and information and conspiracy and what's really going on is because I'm finding more purpose and more meaning in that than I am in my own life. All of these things, I'm not saying they're real or not, valid or not. Some of them are. But you need to see them as road signs, as traffic signals. Yes, important. Yes, something to know and to react to if needed, but not emotionally. You don't need to feed your emotional energy to these things. You need to feed your emotional energy into your own life. How has your life changed materially since November of 2024? I'm going to ask that again. I want you to think about it. November 2024, how has your life materially changed? And was that because of how the power changed hands? Was that because of new laws that were enacted? Almost definitely not. If your life has changed materially since November 2024, which a lot of you it hasn't, it's because of something you did. It's not because of something that the Jews did, or that the microplastics did, or that the birth control and the water supply did. You get me? You need to start being way more concerned about your own life. And guys, it's not as sexy, it's not as fun. But what's happening to you right now is you're procrastinating and distracting and coping your way through the day. Any minute of free time you get, you're giving yourself away to these systems. Your emotionally charged attention is going to these systems. And then at the end of the long day, as you doom scroll alone at night, the voices start coming up. Hey, you're not crushing it, bro. Things are not okay. You're not doing good. But you want to avoid. And then eventually, sex drive kicks in, and you give your last bit of energy to yet another system that's owned by those people too, by the way. And then you wake up and do it all again. Stop that, bro. You gotta stop that. Unplug from all that, dude. Lock in on yourself. You're not gonna die in 6 months if you take a break from all that. But you could start living. For the Boys, episode 22. Take care.